Welcome to the Warren Center for Neuroscience Drug Discovery at Vanderbilt University. We are a clinical stage biotech located off campus in Franklin, Tennessee. And what we have here is a dedicated group of scientists that are working on serious brain disorders. We have over 50 staff scientists in the center. They cross medicinal chemistry, molecular pharmacology, drug metabolism, behavioral pharmacology. We do basic science, where we're trying to translate discoveries in basic science to marketed products. And one of our overriding themes is de-risking targets that industry typically won't work on because it's deemed to be just too risky. And so we apply really cutting-edge basic science to develop tool molecules to validate novel targets and mechanisms, and then to advance those into marketed products by developing patented small molecules and packages that we can then license to big pharma and biotech to get medicines to patients who really need them. And for us, working on serious brain disorders is something that's a real passion. Many big pharmas have exited neuroscience research because it's just deemed too difficult, too challenging. And that's one thing we just really appreciate and why we're so excited about it. So since the center started, we've been here almost 20 years now. We've been the Warren Center for the last 5 years due to a generous philanthropic donation from the Warren family in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the William K. Warren Foundation to endow the center to really allow us to go deeper and to pilot new projects and to do more de-risking at an earlier stage. Since our inception, we've had 37 collaborations with big pharma and biotech where they've licensed intellectual property that was developed in the center. And we now have 4 compounds that have left the laboratory that have progressed into human clinical trials. These are phase 1 clinical trials for safety, tolerability. And then next year, we're poised to have multiple programs entering phase 2, where now we're actually going to be taking molecules developed here at Vanderbilt in the Warren Center into patients that are suffering from schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, depression. So for us at the Warren Center, we have a lot of avenues to get our drugs to market and to impact patients and families. When I worked in industry, if our programs were unsuccessful, we had failed in our mission. But in a university setting, since we publish so much of our basic work with tool molecules to inform the community and put those de-risking information out there, if other companies were to launch a program on our targets from our de-risking efforts, if they're able to develop the drug, that's still a win, because the Vanderbilt Deep Basic Science really encouraged that. And to date, there's multiple examples of where high impact publications that we put out, companies took programs from there, launched their own programs. And so again, the ultimate goal is that patients and families win at the end of the day. Also for us, in addition to industrial funding, federal funding, and foundation funding, philanthropy has played a major role in the life of the center. The Warren family and the William K. Warren Foundation in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they funded over $30 million to the center, first funding projects, allowing us to take programs into the clinic for the first time independently without industrial support. Then in 2020, they endowed the center and became the Warren Center for Neuroscience Drug Discovery, which has just given us the flexibility to start more programs, carry programs further, do more high-level de-risking exercises, but it's just so essential. Last year, we had a large fundraising campaign, and a lot of families endowed funds on different therapeutic areas like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. And that level of support allows us to do critical de-risking experiments, proof of concept studies, as well as to launch new efforts to continually feed the pipeline to ensure that we have multiple ways to treat these serious brain disorders. Thank you for listening. I encourage you to come visit the center sometime. And hopefully, in the near future, there'll be some Warren Center drugs on the market available for patients and their families.